You've read the title, you know why you're here. I am going to be doing the Magical Readathon, and I'm here to tell you about owls. But before I do that, let me tell you that J.K. Rowling's transphobia is complete trash, and my decision to participate in this readathon has nothing to do with endorsing her and her really problematic comments about the trans community and the queer community. So with that, let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back to those of you who are, familiar with what we do here. And hello to those of you who have recently subscribed to this channel. My name is Njeri, and I'm going to tell you about what I am reading for the Magical Readathon. So the Magical Readathon was created by G at Book Roast, and I will link her channel and all of her very complex documents in the channel below, in the description area below. But I just wanted to tell you about my experience of Harry Potter, because as you know, a lot of us on Booktube come from a lot of different age brackets, born in different decades. I was born in a decade, and let's just say that I remember the very first Harry Potter when it came out, and I remember seeing people on the subway of all different ages reading this book. Actually, I had found out about the Harry Potter book because one day I think I was headed to school, maybe, I saw all these people reading this book with this little white boy with these weird glasses and a scar on his forehead. Like the original covers on the subway, and I was like, what is this? I really wanted to understand what people were so excited about, so I bought a copy of Harry Potter, and it completely blew me away. The storytelling, the world building, the fantasy. It was at a time in my life when I was really open to having my mind just, dissolve into this world. And when I watched the movies, I was so excited to see this world come to life. I've always loved the idea of boarding schools as someone who's never gone to one. It was just really cool. So I enjoyed the movies and I enjoyed the books. And then I grew out of it. But when I've seen these videos about the owls and the newts, at first I was like, what are these? The readathon seemed super complicated for me, so I just kind of left it and enjoyed that other people were doing it. But then this year, for some reason, I decided to actually try to understand how to participate, and I really love the complexity of it. I think that G has done a really good job of incorporating the parts of the Harry Potter world that I really loved into a readathon. So I absolutely love having to choose a career path and taking courses. Like, it's very much like school, but it's fun and it's long, and lots of people are doing it, and I think it's reviving the love that I had for the Harry Potter world, for the wizarding world, even though J.K. Rowling's is pretty shady right now. So how do you do it? If you want more information about the readathon, I'm not the best person to explain it to you, because I tried to explain it to Tommy and she's like, hold on, totally confused. So you should just go to Book Roast's channel. But basically, you're pretending like you're a student in Hogwarts and you want to take a particular career stream. And so there's a guidebook, and when you open it up, it has a page for each career stream, and each career stream requires that you take certain courses. And you can do specializations, which require you to take additional courses, quite like post-secondary works. And what I like about that is that there's a huge variety of careers that you can choose from, and there are varying degrees of depth in terms of the books that you need to read, the courses that you need to take. So if you have time to read 11 books, then there's a career for you. And if you have time to read as little as possible, or you want to double it up, then there's a career for for you as well. So I'm obviously in the latter group because time is a thing. So I have decided to become a herbologist, and that means that I have 3 courses to take, meaning there are 3 reading prompts that I have to complete in April. But I want to tell you a little bit about why I chose the herbology career path. Number one, because I have been very obsessed with teas lately, and just boiling water and brewing them, and just enjoying drinking tea while reading, trying to calm myself down with this pandemic stuff, or trying to get myself ready to do work and that kind of thing. So I'm really loving teas and really loving herbs and essential oils and all of that. So it actually is kind of consistent with my personality. But I'll also read what the herbologist description has to say, because I also think that the description speaks to me too. So the herbologist. Okay. So this is what, I'll put it up here somewhere. Closely working with potioneers, healers, and apothecaries, herbologists care and tend to magical plants. Considered quite a solitary profession, so it speaks to the introvert inside of me. Herbology is a perfect career for those who like peace and a sense of fulfillment. It is a spiritually rewarding profession, although not the most reliable source of income, as one angry batch of teenage mandragoras can, if left alone, if left alone, destroy the rest of the crops for the year. Good quality herbal ingredients heavily rely on the care and attention the herbologists show their plants, and thus a good herbologist will always find work. If you are one with nature, have a caring personality, love experimenting, have buckets of patience, and sometimes simply prefer plants over humans, this path is for you. You do not need a license to start your own greenhouse. However, if you intend on selling magical ingredients and or act as a herbal consultant, you will need to qualify for a herbalist certificate issued by the Magical Society of Herbology, further approved by Ministry of Magic. Their certificate is issued post-successful examination. Herbologist certificate exams are held every 2 years. If you fail the exam, you are offered a 2-year course within the ministry, in exchange for a further 4 years of consultancy on all herbology matters, which might include travel. To apply for the certificate, you must prove you have the grades shown here. That was a lot, but it just speaks to the level of detail that she's put into this, which I really appreciate. I know it's taken a lot of time. So the key traits of a herbologist are gentleness, patience, a green thumb, and intuition. And I have all of those things. I'm very good with plants, right, Tomi?
Absolutely.
And I can be gentle, right, Tomi?
Yes.
And I'm definitely intuitive.
You are very intuitive.
Okay, maybe not gentle all the time, but okay.
You have a green thumb, you're gentle, you're loving, you're wonderful.
It's very, very nice. So for the owls, I need to take 3 courses. That's the care of magical creatures, herbology, and potions. And each of the courses is really a reading prompt. So the first prompt is care of magical creatures, which is hippogriff. So choose a book with a bird on the cover. So for that, I'm going to read This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal El-Motar and Max Gladstone. And that cover it's a quite beautiful cover, and it's got a robin and a blue jay on it. And I think it'll be the first book that I will have read written by 2 people at the same time. So I'm looking forward to that. The next course is herbology, and the prompt is Mimbletonia, which is a book that has a title that starts with an M. And I'm still figuring out what I'm going to read for that one, because I've tried to match these books up with books that I need to read for the Booktube SFF Awards. I'm not sure what that one's going to be yet. We shall see. And then the third one, and I'll probably decide by the time this is edited what book I'm going to read for that. So I have to read a book with a title that begins with the letter M. So I'll put that book right here, whatever it is, when I decide. And then the last prompt is Potions. That's Shrinking Solution, a book under 150 pages. And I've already read that book. And that book, it was The Test by Sylvain Newman. Both of those books that I've mentioned, so The Test as well as This Is How You Lose the Time War, those two books are books that I need to read for the Booktube SFF Awards, so this fits really nicely. In addition to the career path that you've chosen, you can also get a specialization in a particular topic. So I have chosen Merpeople Linguistics, and I'll read the description for that. The language of Merpeople is a dying art amongst the witches and wizards. It is a uniquely complicated tongue, however, learning it is more than possible when you pair a talented teacher with a great mind. The Ministry of Magic is offering funding for those willing to commit to learning it. If successful, a direct entrance to the career of international relations with Merpeople will become available. This opportunity is perfect for those who already are speaking more than one language. Training will also include direct contact with the local Merpeople civilization. Other job prospects include integration into Merpeople society and teaching the young about human culture. So in order to get a specialization in Merpeople linguistics, you need an OWL in herbology, which I've already told you about. I'll be doing that. And you also need to get a grade of E in your newts in herbology. I don't know what that means, so I guess I'll find out later in the year. I thought that in order to become, in order to meet this prompt, you had to read a story about Merpeople. And I wanted to show you, I don't know where the other book is, but this is a book that I've wanted to read for a while and haven't read yet. This is the Rise of the Jumbies, and it's written by Tracy Batiste. And, oh, good. It's right here. So the first book in the series is called The Jumbies. And if you, like me, grew up in a Trinidadian household, you would have heard stories about jumbies and stuff. So apparently there's a lot of like underwater black mermaid activities and stuff in these two books. So I'm hoping that I will get to them. My friend Chloe over at Thistle and Verse has read both The Jumbies and Rise of the Jumbies. So you should definitely check out her channel and what she has to say about reading those books. So I'm going to be doing both of the career path and the specialization. What else do I want to say to you? Physical distancing is hard. I have definitely been enjoying reading with my friends during quarantined pages. So if you're interested in joining us for 1 hour of silent reading, then please take a look at my last video, and then you can find out all about that project and how you can get involved. Basically, it means showing up on the day, finding us on Zoom, being patient with us while we slay the trolls, and then read for an hour. So that is what that's about. Anyway, I hope that you're having a really great weekend. I also want to tell you about one more thing, which is that my friend Maya from Maya Reads, who is amazing, she reads a lot of science fiction and fantasy and reads quite diversely. I just found out today, unfortunately, that she's been hosting a readathon. She started on April 1st, and it unfortunately ends tomorrow, but it is the classic SFF readathon, and that is a readathon where you are encouraged to read classic science fiction and science fiction fantasy. And this year she's focusing on women writers. So if you have time between today and tomorrow and you would like to read some classic SFF, then definitely check out her channel. And I do want to tell you about a book that I have been wanting to read for a while, written by a woman, and this is Daughters of Earth by Judith Merrill. And I think this book came out, I want to say, in the 1970s. No, 1968. So I'm excited about this, and if I finish my short story tonight, then I will see if I can read this tomorrow. So we shall see. But anyway, definitely check out her channel and learn more about what she's got to offer. That is it. Thank you very much for watching. If you have watched this video right to the end, thank you very much. Please put a mer person in the description below to let me know that you've watched. And if you're participating in any interesting readathons right now, please let me know in the comments what they are and how you're doing. And finally, if you just want to put a positive word out, let us know that you're okay during this COVID-19 situation, you just want to reach out, do that as well. All right, thanks very much. Remember to read with purpose, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.